She smiles at you, and for a split second you feel something, a flicker of warmth, curiosity, maybe even admiration. But then the doubt creeps in. Was that just politeness, or something deeper? Most older men dismiss these moments without realizing what's really happening. Because a woman's smile, especially a younger woman's, is rarely just a gesture of courtesy. It's a response, an instinct, a quiet reflection of how your presence makes her feel. You've spent decades mastering yourself, building calm, control, and quiet authority. And though you may not chase attention anymore, it still finds you. Because real attraction doesn't begin with looks, it begins with energy. Welcome to Stoic Reflections, where we uncover the silent psychology of attraction and the calm strength that draws women in without a single word. The calm energy that triggers curiosity. Younger women live in a world of noise, constant notifications, shallow conversations, and men who mistake loudness for confidence. Everywhere she turns, there's movement, pressure, and performance. But when she meets a man who carries stillness, something in her body reacts before her mind can explain it. It's not about words or looks, it's about energy, the kind of quiet calm that older men naturally develop after a lifetime of storms. You've seen things, you've been tested, and now you no longer need to prove anything. That silence inside you, it feels different to her. It feels safe. Most younger men try to impress. They talk fast, laugh too loud, chase attention. You don't. Your presence does the speaking. When you walk into a room, you don't demand space, you create it. And that difference doesn't just get noticed, it's felt. A younger woman's curiosity is awakened not by youth or flash, but by emotional contrast. She feels chaos all around her, yet in you she feels peace. And peace to a restless soul is magnetic. That's why she smiles. Not because she pities you, but because for a brief moment she feels something rare. The calm energy of a man who doesn't need her approval to feel complete. It's instinctual. She may not even understand it herself, but her body does. It relaxes. Her tone softens. Her smile lingers. And without realizing it, she begins to lean toward your stillness. Because in a world full of noise, you are silence. The aura of experience and emotional depth. There's something that time gives a man that youth can't imitate: depth. It's not about wrinkles or gray hair. It's about the quiet weight behind your eyes, the kind that tells stories without words. Younger women sense this instantly, because while men their age are still trying to figure out who they are, you already know. You've faced failure, heartbreak, success, and loss. And through it all, you've developed something most men never find: emotional depth. That depth shows in how you listen, how you move, how you take your time before you speak. It's the opposite of the fast, reactive energy most people live in. And that contrast, that slowness, draws her in. She's used to men who chase feelings like children chasing fireflies, bright, short-lived, and gone in seconds. But you? You carry emotion differently. It doesn't control you, it flows through you, calm, steady, and measured. When you look at her, it's not the look of a man seeking validation. It's the gaze of someone who has seen enough life to recognize beauty without losing himself in it. And that unsettles her, in the best way. Because deep down, she craves what you represent: stability, maturity, and emotional safety. She doesn't always want to lead, she wants to rest. And when a woman meets a man who makes her feel like she can finally exhale, her body responds before her mind even catches up. That's why she lingers in conversation. That's why her eyes soften when you speak slowly. And that's why she smiles. Not out of politeness, but because something ancient inside her recognizes the kind of man who can feel deeply and remain unmoved. The unspoken signal of emotional safety. Every woman, no matter her age, carries invisible tests. She watches how a man reacts to tension, to silence, to closeness. Most fail without even realizing it. Younger men often respond with intensity, too eager, too reactive, too uncertain. But you've learned the art of non-reaction. When she speaks, you listen. When she moves closer, you stay still. That calm, grounded energy tells her something words never could. I am safe. You are safe here. That feeling, emotional safety, is one of the most powerful triggers of attraction. It's not about protection from danger. It's about protection from chaos. In your presence, she doesn't have to perform. She doesn't have to filter her words or play a role. She simply gets to be. That's rare for her, because most men make her feel the opposite, judged, pursued, or pressured. But your steadiness offers a quiet refuge. She senses that you're not moved by fleeting emotions or shallow games. You're centered, grounded, real. And here's what most men never understand. Women don't truly fall for looks or words. They fall for how they feel when they're around you. If she feels safe in your presence, her guard lowers, her tone softens, her laughter comes easier, and her smile, that simple, lingering smile, becomes a reflection of comfort. This is what makes older men so quietly magnetic. You've lived enough to stop trying to control the moment. You let it unfold. And in doing so, you create the exact emotional space she craves but rarely finds. She may not say it out loud, but deep down she recognizes something ancient. The energy of a man who doesn't just look strong, but feels safe to be near. That's why her smile lasts longer. That's why she keeps talking, even when the conversation has no reason to continue. Because deep down, she's not reacting to your words. She's reacting to your presence. And presence, true, calm, grounded presence, is what turns a simple smile into silent respect. The magnetic pull of emotional control. There's a reason calm men draw attention without even trying. It's not about charm, looks, or words. It's about emotional control. That invisible strength that says, I'm not here to prove anything, I'm already enough. Younger women notice it immediately. They're surrounded by men who chase feelings, excitement, validation, drama. But an older man who controls his emotions carries something almost primal, certainty. And that certainty creates polarity. When a woman senses a man who can stay composed under pressure, her instincts awaken. Because in his steadiness, she feels security. And in that security, she feels free to be feminine. Your emotional control doesn't mean you're cold or detached. It means you're anchored. When she teases you, you don't flinch. When she tests your patience, you smile. When she looks into your eyes, you don't look away first. You meet her gaze with quiet confidence, not to dominate, but to hold space. That balance, strength without aggression, confidence without arrogance, is rare. And that's what makes it powerful. You've learned that emotions are meant to be mastered, not obeyed. You can feel attraction, but you don't chase it. You can enjoy connection, but you don't depend on it. And that quiet mastery makes her curious, because emotional control is the new mystery. She wonders how you can be so calm in the face of desire, so composed when most men would lose themselves. And the truth is simple. You've lived long enough to understand that control is power, but peace, that's freedom. That's what she feels when she smiles at you. Not just interest, but admiration. It's the silent respect a woman feels for a man who's not a slave to impulse. So the next time she tests you with a glance, a question, or a little playful tension, don't overthink it. Just breathe. Stay calm. Because when she realizes her emotions can't shake you, she'll start to feel something even stronger. Trust. And trust is where attraction takes root. The subtle power of non-verbal presence. Words are easy. Every man can speak. But very few can communicate without saying a thing. That's what separates the ordinary from the unforgettable. Younger women are constantly surrounded by noise, compliments, pickup lines, empty confidence. But when you walk in, you bring something different. Quiet presence. It's not the kind that demands attention, it simply creates it. You don't try to be seen, you just are. Your posture, your stillness, your measured movements, they all send a message. I am comfortable in who I am. That's rare, and that's why it captures her. When you speak, your tone is steady. When you listen, you actually listen. Your eyes don't dart around the room searching for validation. They stay with her, patient, focused, calm. You see, true presence isn't about domination or control. It's about awareness. You're not lost in thoughts of the past or worries about the future. You're here, completely, intentionally, silently. And that silence says more than words ever could. It tells her she's being seen, not just looked at. It tells her you value connection over performance. And when that energy meets hers, she feels something she can't quite explain. A mix of safety, intrigue, and quiet respect. She might smile without even realizing why, because something inside her recognizes what's standing before her. A man who doesn't chase, doesn't pretend, doesn't need. That's the power of non-verbal presence. It's not about what you do, it's about what you radiate. Stillness, confidence, grounded masculinity. When you master that, you stop competing, you simply attract. So the next time she looks at you and smiles for no reason, remember, she's not reacting to your words. She's reacting to your essence. And that's the kind of attraction that doesn't fade with time. The psychology of stability and protection. Every woman, no matter how independent or confident, has a quiet instinct buried deep within her. It's the instinct to seek stability. Not money, not status, but emotional steadiness. Younger men often live in chaos. They rush through life, swinging between excitement and exhaustion, reacting instead of responding. That instability might feel thrilling at first, but over time, it exhausts her. She begins to crave something different, something older, calmer, grounded. That's where you come in. You've lived through uncertainty. You've faced storms that taught you patience, not panic. And now, you carry a kind of stability that can't be faked. It's not loud or dramatic. It's quiet, confident, dependable. When a younger woman senses that in you, something inside her relaxes. It's not about needing to be saved. It's about feeling safe. Your steadiness becomes her stillness. Your composure becomes her comfort. She can lean into your energy without feeling like she's losing herself. And that emotional balance, that masculine calm, awakens something ancient in her psychology. Because attraction isn't just about desire, it's about biology. In her subconscious, stability equals safety, and safety equals connection. That's why she smiles when you enter the room. It's not just politeness, it's a silent signal that says, I feel grounded near you. Most men chase attention through flash and noise. You attract it through peace. You've become what her nervous system craves, a sense of order in a chaotic world. She might not be able to explain it. She might even tell herself she's not attracted to older men. But her emotions and her biology tell a different story. Because when she stands near you, She feels something she rarely feels anymore. Safe, seen, and centered. And that's what true masculine presence does. It doesn't dominate her, it balances her. That's the secret most men never learn. Real attraction isn't created through pursuit. It's born from peace. The mystery of detachment and non-neediness. Nothing is more magnetic to a woman than a man who doesn't need her. Not out of arrogance, but because he's already complete. Younger women can sense this instantly. They live in a world where most men chase attention, likes, validation, approval. But when she meets a man who's free from that chase, her instincts light up. She feels the difference. He doesn't try to impress. He doesn't seek permission to be himself. He simply is. That's the power of detachment. Not emotional distance, but emotional freedom. It means your peace isn't dependent on her reaction. Whether she smiles or not, your value doesn't shift. You remain centered, grounded, whole. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop needing her attention, you become the man she can't stop noticing. Because detachment creates mystery. It makes her wonder, why doesn't he try to win me like everyone else? That question plants curiosity, and curiosity is the seed of attraction. Your non-neediness tells her something powerful. You are not moved by external validation. You are anchored in self-respect. That's a kind of strength most men never reach. And that strength pulls her in. When you smile, it's not to please her, it's to express your calm. When you compliment, it's not to earn points, it's because you mean it. Everything you do comes from choice, not from need. She feels that freedom. And paradoxically, it makes her want to be closer, to feel part of the calm you've built for yourself. That's why so many older men, without even realizing it, carry a quiet magnetism younger men can't replicate. It's not age, it's energy. It's the energy of a man who doesn't seek completion in another person, because he already found it within himself. So the next time a younger woman smiles at you, don't second-guess it, and don't chase it. Just breathe, stay grounded. Because if it's real, she'll come closer. Not because you pursued her, but because she felt your peace. And that kind of attraction doesn't fade. The biological pull toward mature masculinity. There's a reason why, even when she doesn't expect it, a younger woman feels drawn to an older man. It's not always conscious. Sometimes it's biology, something deeper than logic or preference. From a psychological and evolutionary standpoint, women are instinctively tuned to sense stability, wisdom, and strength. They may not articulate it, but their body recognizes it. It's not about muscles or charm, it's about signals of maturity. The way you move slowly, the way your voice carries calm authority, the way your energy doesn't fluctuate with every emotion, it all communicates one thing. This man is safe to trust. You've lived through chaos, and that's what makes your calm valuable. A younger woman feels that in a second. Her subconscious compares your steadiness to the inconsistency she's used to, and the contrast awakens something ancient inside her, a kind of emotional attraction that has nothing to do with appearance and everything to do with presence. She might tell herself she prefers younger men. She might even believe it. But when she's near you, her body reacts before her thoughts do. Her tone softens, her posture changes, her voice slows down. That's not performance, it's instinct. Her nervous system recognizes your grounded masculinity as something rare, something steady, something safe. That's why she smiles a little longer. That's why her energy shifts when you enter the room. It's not a game, it's nature. She's responding to balance, to confidence without arrogance, to power without aggression. The kind of strength that isn't loud but felt. You don't have to chase it, you don't have to explain it. All you have to do is remain what time has already shaped you into. a man whose presence speaks louder than words. And that's the irony most men miss. Youth fades, charm shifts, but true masculine stability only grows stronger with age. And the more comfortable you become in that truth, the more effortlessly you attract those who are unconsciously seeking it. So the next time a younger woman smiles at you, don't rush to explain it. Don't analyze or question it. Just notice. Let it happen. Because that smile isn't always about attraction. Sometimes it's recognition. She's not reacting to your age, your clothes, or your status. She's reacting to something far rarer. Your energy, the calm you carry, the peace you've earned, the quiet authority that only comes from a man who's faced life and learned not to flinch. That's what she feels when she looks at you. Not youth, not charm, stability. And in a world of noise, a man who's still and certain becomes unforgettable. You don't have to chase attention anymore. You've already become what most men are still trying to be: anchored, self-assured, complete. So when she smiles, smile back, not from ego but from understanding. Because when you master yourself, attraction becomes effortless. And if this message spoke to you, if it reminded you of your quiet strength and what makes you powerful, then stay connected. Like the video, share it with a man who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more weekly reflections on confidence, psychology, and timeless masculinity.